You're live with Lori Boyle. You're on, man.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to my show. I have a fabulous guest for you, as usual. Her name is Jitka Borowick, and she is the owner of Clean Green. Jitka is originally from the Czech Republic, and she came to the United States to learn English and make her English better and go back to the Czech Republic. But instead, she stayed here in the United States, and she is now a United States citizen, and we can all be proud to call her an American with us. Jitka, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm always fascinated by people who want to come to the United States and stay here and leave their home country behind. Why did you do it, and how did you do it? Come to the US.
Actually, I was working in the Czech Republic in a great company, and I was there for 3 years, and I was speaking German, I spoke Russian, I studied English, and of course I had my Czech language, but I felt that in order for me to improve my English, I needed to go to English-speaking country. So I did not know when I came here that I will stay. I came for 1 year. I made a plan to study as hard as I could, and back then 1 year seemed like a long time. So I thought, okay, great. In 1 year I will be fluent, and then I will go back to Prague, and I will be fluent in 4 languages, and I will continue in my career. But things changed.
Right. Yeah, they did. Now, so you decided you did have to go back, right? Because your visa expired at the end of the year.
What I did, I came here for 1 year on J1 visa, and then when I realized after 10 months not being able to be fluent as I thought I will be, I decided to go to school full time. So I applied at Cape Cod Community College, and I switched to a student visa. So I went back to the Czech Republic and did my visa process, and then came back and studied at Cape Cod Community College.
Oh, wonderful. So you're a graduate of 4 Cs.
That's correct. And then I switched, I transferred, and I did 2 years at Suffolk University. So I have a bachelor's degree at Suffolk University.
Oh, that's great. Good for you. That's wonderful. Now, what kind of obstacles and barriers did you have to overcome in order to come to the United States, get your degree? I mean, were there some tough times that you had in order to do all that?
Yeah, I mean, even coming here, I spoke a little English. I studied English, but 1 week, 1 hour is nothing, because when I came here, I realized, oh my goodness, I feel like I have never studied. When people start speaking to you and you have no idea what they are saying, it was frustrating in the beginning. But I knew that I wanted to improve my English, and I felt that I told everybody in the Czech Republic, see you in a year. I will be back in a year. So I really didn't want to give up. I wanted to keep going, and even when I had hard times understanding people or not being able to explain what I wanted to say, it's really, if you don't experience it, it's hard to imagine. When you are, I was 25 years old and going back basically speaking very simple sentences, or I was reading Judy B. Jones books because that was the only thing that I could read. I was not able to communicate better, but I think that was pushing me to study harder and asking for help, I wanted to go to school first when I came, but I came in October and I was not able to go to 4 Cs because the semester already started. So through the literacy counselor, I was able to get a tutor, and I was able to get one-on-one and really focus on studying English.
Were there any funny stories where you had misunderstandings with people who spoke English, or they misunderstood you, and it was just sort of?
Oh, I'm sure, absolutely. I mean, all the time in the beginning, because when you are studying, when you are in different country, I'm not sure, Laura, if you went to a different country where you try to speak in a different language that you are studying, how frustrating and funny at the same time it could be, or different expressions. When somebody tells you on the dot, what does it mean? if you don't know, what does it mean you cannot translate it? So there were many, many moments, and even with my pronunciation, I had a hard time explaining something. You know, it is frustrating, but it is funny at the same time.
Yeah.
So still looking back, that's 13 years ago.
Are there any expressions that we use in the United States that really don't translate into, you know, the Czechoslovakian language that
It's actually
we use?
Czech Republic. It's not Czechoslovakia anymore. It's Czech Republic now. And yeah, a lot of expressions, like when I mentioned on the dot, is something that you cannot translate. It's an expression that, for wicked, the word wicked, but you know, there is no translation for that. So you learn.
They don't use wicked, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard for me now to think about it because I have been here for 13 years, so it doesn't come to my mind right away. But I'm sure if I would ask my husband, he would tell you exactly. Because when we were laughing about those expressions all the time, and he was teaching me different expressions as I was improving my English.
Oh, so that's how you fell in love with him. He was teaching you English, huh?
No.
So now you have a cleaning company, and it's
That's
Clean
correct.
Green, and you use green products all the time. Now, how did you come up with the idea to start a cleaning company?
I actually, when I knew I'm gonna stay here, and when I was starting to think about what am I gonna do, what my career is gonna be, I knew that finding a job was not an option because, you know, my English was not as great as I wanted it to be, and competing with other people from the United States would be a little bit more difficult. That was one thing. The other thing, I always wanted to have my own business. My family had their own business, and I knew that at some point I want to have my own business. And the third thing was that I was doing on the weekends when I had some free time, I was helping one house cleaner. I was helping to clean houses with her. So I had some contacts. So I thought, you know, maybe this is a time for me to have my own business. But I knew that I wanted to do something positive. Whatever I would do, I wanted to make sure that someday when I look back, I did something positive for the people, for the environment. So that's how I combined everything, and I decided to start Clean Green.
That's great, because it's very popular right now. Everything green is popular. Cleaning products.
I'm glad it's getting more and more popular because the more people are aware and the more people are using natural products, the better for all of us.
Uh-huh. And how did you come across these natural products that you used? Is it something that you make yourself, or did you buy it?
No, and actually that's funny because you are mentioning that, because in the beginning a lot of people told me you should make your own products, but I felt that I wanted to focus on one thing, so not doing natural products and having a cleaning service. So I found I was testing and looking for different products, and always we are still testing and we are looking to make sure the products work. So by trying them and seeing how they are packaged, where are they made. So that's how we were looking for different products, and it changed since I started Clean Green. It has changed. So some companies went out of business, some products didn't work, some products we couldn't buy in bulk. So it was really a combination and a lot of research, a lot of trying, and we are not making our own products.
Oh, okay, because you know that's been a problem that, you know, I've had. If I buy a Clean Green product, it doesn't work. You know, that's what I find. It's just not strong enough. It doesn't have the right ingredients to actually clean whatever it is I'm trying to clean, like the kitchen or something.
I will give you some tips because we have a lot of clients who still don't mind whatever product we use as long as it cleans, and our products do work well.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Now, in business, you know, you said your family were entrepreneurs. You came from a family of entrepreneurs. They all owned their own business. Did they have any advice for you starting a new business like this?
I don't think my family did, not my family much. I think it's a little bit different having a business here or having a business in the Czech Republic. I think that, especially on Cape Cod, I cannot speak for other parts of the country, but on Cape Cod, everybody is supportive. Everybody wants to see you succeed. And there are so many resources available for business owners that I was blown away. I just felt that it's unbelievable what everything you can get and the advice and mentoring, anything that you need to make it work for you. I mean, it's amazing. So not my
Yeah,
fans,
so people
but
are
more
forthcoming.
this community on the Cape.
Yeah, yeah. And by the way, Jitka and I, we both belong to the Women's Roundtable, which is a business organization here on Cape Cod. They meet once a month, and they're just a really wonderful group of women that are very supportive. And there's only about 25 members, and they really kind of keep it small so that they can support each other. And they're all great, fabulous women, and I'm really proud to be part of that group.
Yeah,
As I'm
absolutely.
sure you are
There are
too.
so many. There are so many groups and business groups, core, and now Weekend has support for business women. It's really unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Yeah, there's a lot of support for that. Is your business seasonal, like most businesses are on Cape Cod? It isn't?
We are busier during the season, of course. I mean, we do residential, commercial construction cleaning, so we are busy year round. We are focusing on year round because we want to offer jobs year round. We don't want to offer just part-time jobs. And then in the summertime, we hire extra help to make sure we can take care of all our summer clients.
Mm-hmm. Have you come up against any problems being a businesswoman and dealing with employees and things like that?
I would not call it problems. I would call it experiences and
experiences. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So absolutely. I mean, every day I started my business from scratch, and I didn't buy a franchise. I didn't buy an existing business, so I was learning every day. So of course, there were many times, there were moments that I said, "Oh, this is not the right way. I should do it a different way." But I look at every mistake or every problem, if you call it, I look at it as a challenge and as an experience, because that's how we learn, that's how we grow, and that's how we can get better.
Right. Absolutely. What advice did someone give you? Did someone give you some really great piece of advice when you were starting your own business, or as you were starting your business? What's the best advice you ever got?
That's a hard question, because I have a lot of business mentors who give me great advice all the time. So there is not really one particular advice that I would say, this is it. I would have to think about it a little bit more. But I think that one time I heard that somebody mentioned to me, do one thing and do it right. Instead of spreading yourself too thin, focus on one thing and really be a master at it. So, and that's what I am following.
That's great advice, actually, because so many people, especially starting a business, they have to wear so many hats. They have to do the accounting, and they have to do their actual business. They have to deal with clients. They have to deal with suppliers. So you kind of do that in the beginning, but to do the one thing that you really do best is really good advice. How about to any woman who's thinking that she's going to start a business right now? What would you say to her would be the best advice you could give, besides the one that you got?
I would say there are a few. I would not call one best one. I would say number one would be find something that you are passionate about, because there will be days that you will feel frustrated. There will be days that you make mistakes. But if you do something what you love, what you are passionate about, it will be okay, because every day, the next day you will wake up and you will be happy to go back again, to try it again. And number two, I would say, don't see mistakes as problems. Don't look at mistakes as something that is a great way to learn and move forward. Number three, I would say, have a right team. Surround yourself with the right people and have a right team, because you cannot do it all alone. One important advice for women, especially, I think, is find time for yourself, because when we run our businesses, we work all the time. It doesn't stop when we leave the office. We think about the business in the evening, over the weekend, sometimes at night. So really finding time for yourself to do yoga, to go for a run, walk, whatever it might be, find time for yourself so you can recharge.
Right.
And the last one that I don't want to forget is to give back. Give to the community, because we are getting so much. especially on Cape Cod. Again, I cannot talk about other places, but give back to the community.
That's a great one too, Jitka. And you have won like a whole bunch of awards recently,
Yeah.
haven't you? Tell me about the awards that you've won.
First award that I received was the 40 under 40 from Cape and Plymouth Business. And then we received Business of the Year in 2014 from Hyannis Area Chamber of Commerce. In 2015, I received Businesswoman of the Year. And this year we received Business of the Year, Small Business of the Year. And now 5 times in a row we received Best of Cape Cod from Cape Cod Magazine.
Oh my goodness, that's fantastic. And those are hard to get.
Thank you.
I have to tell everyone, I mean, just because she won all those awards, don't think it's easy. It's very difficult to get. You have to be really, really good. So congratulations, Jitka.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
wonderful.
We are very proud and honored.
Yeah. And your email, I mean, your web address is Cape Cod, clean green Cape Cod, right?
CleanGreenCapeCod.com. That's correct.
Right, cleangreencapecod.com. So you can find Jitka there if you're on the Cape. Wonderful. And otherwise, you can see Jitka's information in my on my magazine column, Women's Voices Magazine, where she will appear in the next couple of months. So Jitka, thank you so much for being on the show. I so appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.